Hello everyone, you are most welcome back to my channel. Today we shall be learning how to add CSS and a base template, just basically extending from a base template from what you created. So we left off where I had created our home page, or rendering just a hello world, a hello word to the output to the user. So today we shall just accomplish those two goals to make a little project a little bit stylish, and then we shall also reduce some code repetition that you're actually going to see in a little while. Then we're also going to just going to achieve those two things basically today. So before I start, my name is Ronnie Atwaire, for if you're fresh and new here, and I'm also known as AfroBoyTech, and I'm glad that you chose this particular channel. Please subscribe and like my videos, thank you. So before we start, let's see our project folder. Our project folder should be to do, with a to do settings project, then a to do app that we created sometime back. If you've not watched these videos, please endeavor to watch them, because that's where I'm continuing off from. So let's first run our project and actually see if we still have our stuff intact. So let me just change this color. I hope this is a little bit good. Maybe let me also add some font. So now I'm going to just, I think this is a little bit bigger. Let me just stick to 24. Yes, this is better. So this is py run server. So what this is going to do is going to check for our file, and everything is fine. Just copy this URL. Just want to see if our project is still intact. Yes, this is where we left off from. So let's go back to our files. In the templates folder we created, let's just add we're going to add just something small. We're going to add a new file under here. So you click new file, it will automatically come under templates. We shall call it base.html. So now we're going to add just some boilerplate code. So I can just do HTML, then it automatically brings me all this information that I need. So under here we're going to just make a few edits, then we shall be good. So we can leave this, then we can maybe create our title. Our title, we can say to do list with Mongo DB. Then we can leave the meta, the descriptions. If you want to change this, you can change them to what you want. A style sheet, we're going to add some CSS. The CSS we're going to use CSS from Balma. So let's go grab this CSS. Let me search for it here and just say Balma. Balma CSS is some long time CSS. It's been there for some time actually. So let's look for let me look for the URL. We want to be able to import this. There's this https here, then js deliver.net.npm.balma 0.9. Currently it's at version 0.9.3. then css balma main.css. This is it. Let's just copy this. You copy this, then after copying this, it's under Balma documentation overview start. So after copying this, we shall use it in our in our link in our as our CSS. So we just copy it here. Yes, remove this, make sure that everything is clean here. So I'm going to have to remove this, remove the import statement, and I think we are good. Let me see. Yes, I think we are good. So underneath there we can actually add a script. We're going to also use some font CSS, font of our awesome, font awesome for our font. So we shall just put script, shall just say script. Okay, let's just do script. Automatically it's using this, but we're going to change this. We're going to use font awesome. So after adding our CSS, we are going to add our font. We're going to change the font here. So let's remove this, and let's see, actually it doesn't close, so we need to make sure that it's closing. Just add a script tag here. Yes, so I'm going to add here a defer. Then we shall create a URL link, which is going to be our font awesome. So our font awesome link is going to be, if we come and type in use.fontawesome.com stroke releases, we're going to use version, we are, I think currently at version 6, but we can use version 5, specifically version 5.3.1. Then we look for particular JavaScript, because this is a script tag. Then all JavaScript. So let's see if this URL still exists. Yes, this is our Java. This is our font awesome. So we copy this link. That's what we're going to add in here. Then yes, we are done with adding our CSS. Then maybe what we want in the body, we're going to use templating, that is block contents. Block contents is whereby the stuff that you want to render in that body. So since this is our base HTML, we are going to add something here. Let's remove this. Actually, we don't need it. I think we don't need this also. Let's just make it clean and short. And we don't need this script. Do we need this script? I don't need it. I not use it. So under body, we are going to just come here under body. How to be able to render, to extend from this is usually by using curly brackets. Use curly brackets, then percentage sign, then block content. You can say block or block and block. So basically they are the same things. So basically this is where most of our of other files will be extending from. So let's just make this clean and everything great. You can actually add content. Let me just remove this. Yes. Okay, that's it. So basically we've just added this. So most of us files, or the HTML files we shall be creating, this is how Django works. You add this such that the next page, in the next HTML file you're creating, you're just extending from the base. And since HTML renders everything under body, so everything shall be coming in here. So our footer, for example, if you have our footer could be the same, our head could be the same, and everything should be the same, and the CSS will just render automatically. So what this is telling Django is basically here, that's why we shall be putting all our things that we shall be extending, all our files, our HTML code shall be extending from this body, which is under these signs here, under the end block contents. So under the block and the end block. So what you're going to do currently, we are going now to extend from base. Extending from base is simple. You just have to go back and you change HTML file that you created earlier on. So what you're going to do here is simple. You just have to do extends, but you just have to create this first. Then you say extends. We're going to extend from now you refer to where our file is, our base file. So our base file is under, if you look here, it is under to do up. So it's going to be to do up. Then under to do up, we shall find our base.html. Base.html, which is base.html. Yes, that's it. Then what we're going to do now, we're also going to be able to extend the other content, the block content that we talked about. So that is easy. You just also do the same thing. You say block. Just copy this, and this is our content. And block, since we named it, you shall say block content. Then we put in, we can actually change this to have a CSS better. So what you can add here, you can create a section. Let me do this section. Okay, let me just do this section class. Our class is going to call it section. We shall not have an ID for it. Then you can actually close now our section. Let's just close it here. So this is basically section 4, our home.html. So under here we can now add a div. We can add a div with a class of container. Then we can close this div. Kind of doing these things manually because I changed my settings, but we shall be good to go. Then we shall now create our h1 tag with a class title. Yes. Then there we shall add our title. This is how Django renders, but if you want it to be dynamic, but for now let's just since we're not creating the variables, let's just close this. Then our title is going to be we can change this maybe. Okay, let's just say hello world or hello world. Yes, let's first see if this is working. Let's go back to fire our running of our document. Where is it? It should be here. So refresh. It's still loading hello world to do list.html. So something is wrong. So we need to be sure of what we've done. So what you can do is you can go back to our page. Since this extends from base.html, let's tab this first, make this nice and clean. Let's see where we've gone wrong. We've closed this div here, we've closed the container. This is our class title. Let's see in our command prompt, everything is fine. So there's something wrong here that we need to do. So what you're going to do here is let's go back to our base. Our base has a link, style sheet, block content, then end block. Everything seems to be good here. Script, all the JS is found awesome. Should be good. Maybe let's add maybe this end block content here. It could be an issue also. Let's just end block content just to specify that. Let's go back to our page. Yes, perfect. So you see the reason why it wasn't rendering, now everything has changed. You can see now we have our hello world here. Thank you so much for if you're here. We are learning together as we're building this. So yeah, that's it basically. So what you do here, if you block content, you have that in that particular content. So this is why actually it wasn't rendering in the first place. Thank you so much. Have a good one, please.